Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Raphael Varane transfer plea. Raphael Varane's agents want to meet with Manchester United this week as Raphael Varane chooses the Premier League over PSG. Varane rejected a 2-year contract extension at Real Madrid. Varane's current contract expires next year. We recently had a £50 million bid turned down for Raphael Varane. He said Real Madrid are demanding £80 million. Now, it's said not so long ago that Varane didn't want to come to Manchester United. He wanted to go to PSG, so he wanted to make a return to France. The other week, it said that Real Madrid lowered their asking price for Raphael Varane. They was willing to accept around £52 million. And he did say as well that we offered Varane a salary that Real Madrid cannot match. It was €12 million a year, which equates to just over 10 million in pounds sterling. Romano said not so long ago that Varane was refusing a contract at Real Madrid. Before the Euros, Varane spoke out on his future, and Man United have obviously held talks with his representatives before. Towards the end of last season, Real Madrid rejected a £40 million bid. We went in for Varane 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, and was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. He's got a great pedigree as a player. He's won 18 major honours at Real Madrid. And he's been a long serving at Real Madrid. I think he's been with them now for over 10 years. Made over 300 appearances in all competitions. Real Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. But Varane and Harry Maguire would complement each other very, very well in our back line. Now, I want to give you an update on Sergio Ramos. So, Manchester United have made contact with Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos broke down in tears in his farewell speech. Now, reports from Spain said the other day that Sergio Ramos could secure a transfer to Man United this summer. Real Madrid officially confirmed that Sergio Ramos is leaving as a free agent after 16 years at the club. I think there's around 4 clubs that are in for him. Sergio Ramos won 22 major honours with Real Madrid. And he scored 101 goals in 671 appearances in all competitions. Real Madrid paid €27 million for him from Sevilla back in 2005. But like I said before, I'd take Varane over Sergio Ramos because Varane is much younger. Varane's like 27, 28 and Sergio Ramos is 35. Now, I want to give you some more news regarding Jadon Sancho. So, Man United will not pay any more than 80 million for Sancho. I think Dortmund want around £82 million. Now, we're set to make Jadon Sancho one of the highest paid players at the club. We're willing to offer him as much as £275,000 a week. Now, the personal terms have been agreed with Sancho. The agent fees have been agreed. And a contract has been agreed until 2026. We'll just need to come to an agreement now on a fee. Now, Man United recently submitted an improved bid for Sancho. It was £75 million plus add-ons. More up front and the rest in achievable add-ons. Borussia Dortmund have given Man United a new deadline to meet their asking price for Sancho. Borussia Dortmund want a decision made on Jadon Sancho's future for the first half of July. Ramos said not so long ago, all parties involved in Man United's pursuit of Sancho are confident a deal will be agreed. And I'm confident that we're going to complete the signing of Jadon Sancho. At one point we were around 11 million short of Jadon Sancho's valuation. Borussia Dortmund said last week that they believe Sancho to Man United could have been done by the end of last week. Don't forget, the other week we had a £67 million bid turned down for Sancho. We've been in for Sancho now for like the last 2 years or so it has been a long-running transfer saga. There's always been something in Sancho to Manchester United because it's been stemming from reliable journalists. Fabrizio Romano's spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too has Christian Falk from Build. But Sancho will be a great signing for Manchester United because he'll fit in our team perfectly. He's predominantly a right winger and we need a right winger. He's good at creating chances, he's good at scoring goals. Still young, got a lot of development in him, and he's got a good friendship with Marcus Rashford. Sancho and Rashford do touch base with each other a lot. So they are the reasons. Sancho has been at Dortmund for 4 years. He's got a contract with them until 2023. Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City back in 2017. Now, Dortmund have lowered their asking price from last summer. Last summer there was demanding £108 million. We was reluctant to meet that valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. But last summer, Sancho to Man United was extremely close because the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract had been agreed. He says if we fail to sign Sancho, we'll look to make a move for Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich as an alternative. But yeah, like I say, Sancho's incoming. Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants 4 more signings after Sancho is official. Now, I want to give you some news on Paul Pogba. So, Man United are set to make Paul Pogba the highest paid player in the Premier League with a new 5-year contract worth £104 million. Paul Pogba's current contract expires next year. Because last season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. We actually fear losing Paul Pogba on a 3 transfer. We fear that he's running down his contract to leave on a 3. Now, the other week, Pogba insisted that he wasn't in contract negotiations with Manchester United, but Sky Sports News said that Man United opened talks with Paul Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's already said he hopes Pogba stays and signs a new contract. I told you I want Paul Pogba to stay for next season. He's had a long-running transfer saga, hasn't he? You know, he's recently been linked with a move to PSG. You know, recently said PSG stepped up their interest, and Mini Oriola has held talks with PSG's president, and PSG want to partner Paul Pogba with Wijnaldum in their midfield. And Kim Pembe says any club would welcome Pogba, especially PSG. Pogba is refusing to rule out an exit from Man United. Pogba's also been linked to a move to Real Madrid. He's been relentlessly linked to a return to Juventus. Pogba did endure 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. There has been talks of a Cristiano Ronaldo and Paul Pogba swap deal. He's been linked to a move to Barcelona before and Inter Milan before. Pogba would be happy to stay at Manchester United as long as we match his ambitions, like I mentioned yesterday. Pogba said not so long ago that he has more freedom with France than at Man United. As it stands at the moment, Pogba's our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him, and he's endured 5 seasons at the football club since he rejoined. But we've been getting the best out of Pogba in recent months. He does bring creativity to the team. And quite a few times last season we played Pogba in an advanced role. He's much better in an advanced role than he is in a deeper role. And obviously Mini Oriola has been desperate to get his client out of the football club. And like I said, he was doing a lot of talking last season. This summer transfer window is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. Because it is very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer has already decided on his transfer targets. We're looking to get a striker, we're looking to get a right winger, we're looking to get a defensive midfielder, we're looking to get a right back, and we're also looking to get a centre half. And Solskjaer has said he wants to make around 4 signings in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. And I'm convinced we can challenge for the title next season, providing that we recruit well in this summer transfer window. He said just before the summer transfer window opened that Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. And, the board said they'll back Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings despite the Europa League final loss. But yeah, reflect on what the board and that have recently said, Solskjaer should be getting the backing he deserves. Joe Glazer attended a fans forum on the 4th of June, as you all know, his first attendance in 15-16 years. And he's promised Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer will get the funds that are available. So he's willing to give Solskjaer financial backing. Obviously, a lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford towards the end of last season. The Glazers have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long, long time. The Glazers have been at Man United for 16 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. We had our financial results not so long ago, and our debt has risen up to like 443.5 million. Our debt continues rising. That is a concern. We are going to offload players in this summer transfer window, so reflecting on that, our transfer budget will increase. Now, there's a very, very good chance that we're going to offload Anthony Martial, because as you all know, Solskjaer's fed up with his poor attitude, and we've put him up for sale. Juan Mata, I think we should offload him as well. Whether we're doing that, I do not know, because not so long ago it said we offered Juan Mata a 1-year contract with a wage reduction from his last contract. I think there's a good chance that we're going to offload Donny van der Beek in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer decides to sell Donny van der Beek, and he's set the exit price. It's £25 million. Van der Beek's only enjoyed 1 full season at Man United. I think there's a good chance we're going to offload Nemanja Matic in this summer transfer window as well. Tellez, we could offload him. He's only enjoyed 1 season at Man United, but he's hardly played. When we got Tellez last year, I expected him to be our first choice left back immediately. Phil Jones, could offload him in this summer transfer window. Brandon Williams, I think we need to loan him out in this summer transfer window to gain him more experience and to get a lot more opportunities. Brandon Williams seldom plays for us. He's our 3rd choice left back. Delors, we need to get rid of him permanently. Lingard, we need to get rid of him permanently, but Lingard told Solskjaer in a meeting that he wants to stay at Man United. Reckon if we sell Lingard, we'll get around £25 million. I think we need to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently, and we need to offload David De Gea, but David De Gea may not leave Because not so long ago, De Gea said he's convinced he'll stay at Man United and be Solskjaer's number one next season. But there's a lot of players that will stay at Manchester United, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at the club. You know, there is good players at Manchester United, and there's players that have really, really improved. You know, Dean Henderson, he's a very, very good goalkeeper. Did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. Solskjaer has chose Dean Henderson to be our number one goalkeeper for next season. He's made the right decision, because I said Dean Henderson is now reliable enough to be our number one. The other week there was rumours of Dean Henderson possibly leaving the club. Luke Shaw, you know, he's really, really improved. He was our best player last season. Still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Alex Telles. And I reckon Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. I think Eric Bailly's a good centre-half, but he's too injury-prone, so in that aspect he's a liability. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There's also an option of a further year. Harry Maguire, he can be good when he wants to be. You know, he's had his good games at Man United, he's had his bad games. It was a big miss towards the end of last season, because don't forget he had ligament damage in his ankle. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa. And Wan-Bissaka, you know, I think he's improved. And Wan-Bissaka is one of the best right-backs we've had since Gary Neville. He just needs to show more in the attacking third of the pitch. But there was some games last season where he did show some good attacking intent, got into good positions and put good crosses into the box. But defensively, Wan-Bissaka's always been superb. He's enjoyed 2 full seasons at Man United. Paul Pogba, like I said, we've been getting the best out of him in recent months. He's improved. McTominay's a decent player as well, but he's not yet on that level where I want him to be at. Bruno Fernandes, obviously, he's very, very good. He's our best player. He's probably the best signing we've made since Ferguson retired. You know, Greenwood's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad, despite him going a while without scoring at one point. Rashford's good when he wants to be, but he's enjoyed his bad periods. And Edinson Cavani has made an impact since he's come in. I'm very glad that Cavani's staying for next season, because Romano said towards the end of last season that Cavani signed a 1-year contract extension. And Amad Diallo Traore, he looks a very, very good asset for the first team squad. But Solskjaer, he does deserve next season. I am Ollie in at the moment, and quite a lot of United fans are Ollie in. But there's also been United fans demanding Ollie out. Obviously, they've got their reasons why they've been demanding him out. I can assure he isn't the long-term manager for Manchester United. But whether Solskjaer succeeds or doesn't succeed, I'll still always adore him, because at the end of the day, he is a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. But next season is going to be massive for Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. You know, next season I'd say he's got to win a trophy if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If things start to go wrong next season, then I think the pressure will be on Solskjaer. if we do decide to eventually sack Ole, who's going to come in to replace him? We need someone in with a proven pedigree and someone who's going to suit the strappings of the club, basically. But next season will be Solskjaer's third full season, because at the moment he's endured 2 full seasons at Man United as Solskjaer. He's been in charge of the club for 30 months, which is over 2 years. Solskjaer has under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. But I think he's handled things pretty well. I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect I am shocked. You've got to turn around and say he's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. So yeah, we appointed him in December 2018. Yeah, he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. We'll give Ole the job permanently back in March 2019, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. Did very, very well in that 3-month period. He won 14 games out of 19 in all competitions. I do have my concerns about Ole, like I've gone through with you before, but there's also positives regarding Ole. He has brought consistency back in certain aspects. In his second full season, which was last season, he got us to the Europa League final. I know we didn't win it, but he still got us to the final, and he deserves credit for that. It was his first major final as Man United manager. Last season, he got us a second place finish. That wasn't an achievement, no. Last season, went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. That's a record. Got us to the FA Cup quarter-final last season and the EFL Cup semi-final. In his first full season, Solskjaer got us to 3 semi-finals and got us a third-place finish. He has made good signings as Manchester United manager so far. He's spent, is it almost 300 million? It'll be over 300 million pounds when we get Sancho on the board. In summer of 2019, Solskjaer brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odin Ighalo in on loan. Ighalo left in January though, which was early on this year. In the summer of 2020, he brought Donny van de Beek in, Alex Telles, Edison Cavani, Amad Diallo Traore, Facundo Pellistri. We'll loan Pellistri out in January. And obviously, this summer transfer window, Jadon Sancho's incoming, and we've got Tom Heaton. Fabrizio Romano said, was it last week, that Tom Heaton completed his medical with Manchester United and he'll sign a contract until 2023. There's an option of an extra year. So Tom Heaton's returned to Man United because we had him before, came through our academy. We're seeing Tom Heaton as a replacement for Sergio Romero because we recently released Sergio Romero. But yeah, we got Tom Heaton on a 3. Solskjaer's got rid of a lot of the deadwood as well since he's come in. And when Solskjaer got appointed in as Man United manager, he assured everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players, and more or less everybody's been given their chances. So there you go. I think Solskjaer's our best manager since Ferguson. He's our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson, because we've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes after 10 months. We finished 7th under the Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Moyes is the worst manager we've ever had. We sacked Van Gaal after 2 years, didn't we, despite him winning the FA Cup. and we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield and getting us a second place finish in his first season. So you can say Mourinho enjoyed one good season at Man United. You know, we've only won 4 trophies since Ferguson retired, so that just justifies how inconsistent we have been. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. Woodward, as you all know, is standing down at the end of the year because it got announced earlier on this year that he resigned as Man United vice chairman. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.